Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Boundaries with Lisa Richmond. I'm Lisa Richmond, and this is Thoughtful Thursday. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I find myself saying that every single video I've looked in the past. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, that might have become a thing now. So, welcome. If you are new here, I love to have you. If you're a returning guest, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. So, just a rundown. Tuesdays, I pull cards, tarot and oracle cards, and I combine that with Spirit's message to you using pictures as kind of a story. And on Thursdays, Thoughtful Thursdays is what it was originally called, really. And what it's kind of evolved from was like kind of a podcasty thing to straight up channel. So what Spirit has been guiding me to do as of late, I don't know if it's going to evolve and change as it always does. Spirit has just asked me to tune in, and then I'll just channel the message that Spirit wants me to bring through. And sometimes we get beautiful guests, archangels, angels, angelic beings, and they're really wanting me to evolve this into more of a spirit-based channel for whatever energies need to come through with whatever messages the viewers need to hear. So again, I kind of tune into your energy of whoever's watching, and then the message come through for you to hear, whether it's for you personally or to understand the collective energy. So without further ado, I'm going to just tune right in and see what and who comes through with what message for today. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so I definitely have a very strong presence coming through today. They feel Arcturian. When I've worked with Arcturians in the past, everybody has different experiences, obviously. My experiences is that they're kind of like guardians and guardians of the land. They're very the ones that come through and work with me are ones that are very masculine in energy. Not that they all are, there's just these particular ones. Meaning that they have more of this like masculine presence. They're really wanting to like deliver the message and keep things almost like a security guard of the land, very protective of the land, but always like through heart space. So the love is always ever present. So I'll just preface with that. But so they're just saying that there's I can feel it like in my first three chakras, big time. Okay, just chill with that energy. That's really, really strong. Okay, so they're wanting you to feel that their energy is very, very present around the land right now, and it feels a little chaotic. And that the second half of December, or whenever you're watching this, but essentially when this is brought through, is there's some intense energies. It's really played off from some of the planetary alignments: Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde, full moon. I don't want to go deep into that. They're just talking about how the energy is very I don't want to use the word chaotic because I feel like it's been overused, but that's essentially the vibration in which they're bringing through, because that's how it gets when things are getting sorted out. So when a big energy comes in, like let's use, for example, if there's like disarray happening and nobody knows, like they're showing me like kind of the green room or behind stage of a play, and when like the groups aren't being divided out, and like before any order kind of comes in, but not yucky order. Let's just be like when we're looking for direction. They're saying like the piece of the direction that it will be coming in will be well received. So like, don't worry, it's going to get better. But right now, everything is kind of being organized behind the scenes, and nobody really knows exactly how that's going to go, because once the stage and the play is on and you're on stage doing it, it's all being directed wonderfully, and everybody's got their role and everybody knows what they're doing and they feel comfortable. But it's kind of that like that feeling of like not knowing behind stage, where it's like, oh my God, what's my cue and where's my group and am I on left or right, or like, and so they're saying their energy is coming in to help direct this right now. and not just direct from the stage in presentation, but behind the scenes. So this is behind the scenes before things are getting really directed well. But they want you to know that there's a plan, like there is a script, there is a plan that is further along than you might think. And so some of this trust is trust in the divine order of things, trust that your guidance team and the like spirit has your back. Like this is very, very, very developed in a unique, like very developed way behind the scenes that you might not be aware of yet. But there is this like relief or this wave that's coming in with the like, okay, okay, I can do this. Almost like the energy of when somebody does something that is unconscious. And you're like, you know, the saying of like the riding the bike thing. I'm really drawing a blank with this, but you might have not done it in a long time, or you might have forgotten even that you can do it. Or like when an old song comes on that you used to know, like back in high school, you used to know all the words and you haven't heard in like 20 years. And then all of a sudden you hear it come on again. You're like, and then all of a sudden, like you start saying all your words and your kids are looking up at you as you're like freestyling some rap that you knew from the 90s. That might have happened to me before. But anyway, it's like this unconscious knowing that is going to come to the surface, and it's going to bring to you this like reprieve of like, oh, okay, I know. Okay. Yeah, I know what to do here. I know the movements. I know how to take forward. They say like, this will come, trust. And in this moment of behind the scenes, which feels a little chaotic, where you think you don't know, but you really do, what's inside there, you know. And so the big message is that there is an unconscious knowing of this divine wisdom that you are carrying that will come forward, and it will feel like reprieve for sure. And that right now, the thing to do is not to go crazy and be like, I need my lines. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, oh my God. It's like, even though all the answers aren't at the forefront of your conscious awareness at the moment, they are lying dormant. They are in there. And the best way for you to connect with that is peace. Peace is abundance. Peace is abundance. When we're asking to receive abundance right now, peace is the biggest form of abundance. I promise you right now. If there's one thing to take from this, it's peace is abundance right now. And so the more that you have access to peace, you've got access to your divine connection with peace. Don't look at what's happening on the collective right now to tell you what's going on. You got to go in here to see what's going on. Don't look at what's going on out there. You got to look in right here and start from the core essence, and then that ripples out. And so your biggest gift right now on being able to unravel this internal knowing, this unconscious knowing of this divine connection to what's going down is peace. And peace can look like a lot of different things depending on who it is. Peace can be a book with fire and a cozy blanket. Peace can be a walk in the trees with your dog. Peace can be singing in your chorus that you're preparing for whatever. Peace can be cleaning your house, vacuuming and dusting and like doing all the things to prepare your house. That can be very peaceful. Also like quietness and connecting to spirit. So yes, that is peaceful, but that's also a part of this connection, is whatever it is that connects you with spirit, whether it's like quiet meditation or yoga or prayer or tarot cards or whatever, or music, high frequency sounds. All of that is helping to connect you with your connection to spirit. And that is going to allow peace, which therefore will allow the unfolding of this divine knowing, this beautiful play that is in the works. And you know all your lines, you know your character, you know exactly what to do. It just doesn't feel like it on opening night when you're in the green room and all of a sudden all this stuff is happening and it's like, oh, it feels like disarray, but trust yourself. Okay? Peace is abundance and connect to spirit. They're also saying that our solstice is coming up on Saturday, the 21st, and that will bring in a wave of spirit connection. Okay? So on that day, whatever you might feel called to do it in your connection to spirit, because those connections are really, really strong on that day of that like awakening of this divine knowing, of this internal guidance of your beautiful, peaceful play. I hope that made sense. I think it did, because if like I felt the energy so strong and then I had to display it in a way that was evident and clear. So I think the Arcturian guides that came in today, they usually really connected to the actual land and earth when I'm working with them. But these ones were messengers for sure on being able to tap into our divine knowing. And even though it might not seem clear right now, it's in there. It's in there. And the way to retrieval, it's inevitably coming, but the way to the most authentic part of self, of this knowing, is through peace and connection to spirit. So again, don't look outside of yourself to the collective to see what is happening. Really go within and take those extra breaths before responding. Take that extra time in the morning for connecting with your breath and to connect with spirit and getting aligned before starting your day, right? Maybe instead of that extra trip to the drugstore to grab the little things for the last minute gifts or whatever the heck it is, doing the crazy running around if you've already ran a bunch of errands today, maybe instead of doing that, you connect and you do the peaceful walk. Instead of energy matching to a high energy conflict or situation that's occurring in your house or your workplace, maybe you detach from that and go into your own space and connect with breath. Even sound, like you might not be able to do this in the middle of your work, but even sound, when you get your own space and you kind of do that, like as you're like breathing out, mouth closed, you can create that kind of sound in the back of your throat that can help align you into a frequency of this like peace, instead of like elevating your energy to match the chaotic stuff that's happening. It's hard, it takes practice, but trust me, this is really going to help, especially this week. Okay, and from the 21st, we got the solstice coming in. That's going to feel big, but then the 24th and 25th, whether you do Christmas or not, the 24th and 25th have an energetic flair to it. Okay, so those are the days that we're going to have to come inside and really practice this. Okay, we get a bit of reprieve on the weekend, and then the 24th and 25th are going to feel a little bit chaotic. But that's because of the collective energy and planetary stuff, and there's a bunch involved. So they're saying these are the little tools: peace is abundance, connection to spirit, in whichever way that aligns with you. Do not look outside of yourself to see what is going on. Come into yourself to dictate exactly what's going on. You know your lines, you know your cues, you know this play inside out, backwards and forwards. Even if you don't remember that you do, you do. This is the message, okay? So I hope this is really helpful, and that you can use this coming up in the next couple weeks, okay? So play this back if you need to hear the message again. Thank you again to the spirits and the divine essence that came through today to deliver this message. It came through with a lot of oomph, and that was the Arcturian for sure energy. But yes, I'm very grateful that I was able to bring through this message for the collective today. So take this, integrate the energy. All the words come in with an energetic charge, so really digest that. Drink some water. Oh, yes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate all the love and encouragement at Beyond Boundaries. And tune in on Saturday. I am going to do a sound for the solstice. I'm going to do a sound, and Look, if you've been listening to the Spirit Saturdays, know that I'm not a musician. Like, I'm not doing this to play music for you, like composing it in a way that is just aesthetically pleasing in sound, although that's nice. But it comes with an energetic resonance. So essentially, in which I channel these words to you, I channel frequency through sound to be integrated into your nervous system. And so sometimes it actually doesn't even sound great because it's when the resonance is off. It's when that like station is just off tune a little bit. It's to bring you back into frequency. So by the end of it, it's like this fluid sound motion. That is what the energetic sound clearing is. And so if you're looking for, you know, classical sound, then maybe this isn't for you. This is healing, and this is a channeled sound frequency to be integrated into your frequency to bring you into alignment, into the highest consciousness alignment for that particular day, time, where you're at. Is all channeled. When I'm in channeled sound, it's the deepest channel that I go into by far. The depths of healing occurs through that I can't even explain. So it is to be taken in your nervous system more on an unconscious basis than on surface level being like, I like that sound or I don't like that sound. Okay, then it's not the channel for you. Okay? So that's Saturday. It's coming up. It's going to be very divinely guided through the solstice. So I sit in meditation first. I connect in deep into my guides or any light codes that come through, and I play it. And trust me, if you listen to it enough, then you feel it. All of a sudden, you almost feel like you're levitating, like out of your body. But you gotta allow yourself to get there. Okay? That's Spirit Saturday. That's Saturday. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. I love you all very much. Peace.